All right. Back to the mega board. And actually, this is another person. Because when this person got hired in his first head coaching job, I was not even aware he wanted to be a head coach. I knew of him. I knew him as an assistant. I obviously knew him as a player. But when he got hired, I was not even aware that he was trying to become a head coach. And now he's a head coach, very beloved where he is. Let's throw up this post from VolQuest. It says, LSU hot board. Look who is on it. There's an LSU hot board floating around with Josh Heupel's name on it. And Ari, I got to tell you, I got a phone call yesterday from somebody who was saying, you should watch Josh Heupel for these some of these openings, like Penn State or LSU or Florida. And this was not Josh Heupel's agent, by the way.
Do you ever feel like a pawn in an agent's scheme?
Yes.
Okay.
And like I said, this was not Josh Heupel's agent. I would not be telling you it was.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be saying this if it was Josh Heupel's agent. I would be taking that very seriously.
How many phone calls do you take a day from people who have a motive?
Not as many as Nakos or Lowe, but it's up there.
Yeah. That's the hardest part of the job. But listen, let's
yes, because you texted me this. Like, am I breaking the trust tree if I reveal what you texted to me and Producer River this morning?
Yeah, no, go for it.
Okay, I'm trying to find it because I just got very mad reading it on behalf of Vol Twitter.
Yeah, I'm not trying to upset Vol Twitter. But it just
I hate to bring this up because this is Ari texting. I hate to bring this up because of River. River's our producer. He's a Vol for life. But if Heupel wins on Saturday, does he become a top candidate for LSU? Or why isn't he brought up more? Woodward likes to take big swings. Oh my God.
Am I insane?
You're kicking the beehive.
No, I know, but let's put it this way.
No, you're not insane. Josh Heupel's a really good coach, and yes, everyone should consider him.
LSU was unable to make the college football playoff in 4 years of Brian Kelly. He's done it twice at Tennessee.
Maybe.
But
Vol Twitter will disown you for this, as Producer River is texting us right now, and I believe they will. Ari, you are treading dangerous ground here.
Listen,
I don't disagree with you on the quality of Josh Heupel as a head coach because he's a great head coach.
He's a good coach. I haven't said you should go. Why would you get mad at me for liking your coach?
Well, here's my thing. It's interesting because I've watched the discourse between the Florida fans and Lane Kiffin over the last week or so, and all the Florida fans are just sending Lane Kiffin pictures of Vaught Hemingway next to pictures of the swamp and like pictures of the empty student section at Vaught Hemingway during a game. Like, no one can send those pictures to Josh Heupel. Like, the only pictures of Neyland Stadium they can send to Josh Heupel are like the one that's on screen now, like full with fireworks exploding out of it.
I love that we're talking about this as we're heading into an elimination game Saturday against Oklahoma. Dark mode is what they're calling it. Yeah, I've never seen a game there. I've been outside of the stadium. I've been to Knoxville with you. Dylan Sampson is a running back on my favorite NFL team now. We danced with him last year. I've got a lot of great things to say about Tennessee, as you know, Vol Twitter. In the hierarchy discussion that we were having to begin the show with Chris Lowe and after, we discuss what are good jobs. Nick Saban brought this up, right? What does that mean for Tennessee?
Tennessee's a great friggin' job. They'll give you whatever you need.
Tennessee is a great job with an iconic stadium and a crazy, lovable fan base. They've already made the playoff last year when other teams that are looking for head coaches haven't. They might make it again. I think you can make the case that they probably will make it again this year.
Yeah.
So you said I was going to make Tennessee fans mad, and I might. But let's get this out of the way first. He should be on the list, right? You agree with that? That he should if they win?
I do agree with that.
Okay.
Just in objectively performance-based,
And
if you're taking a huge swing, yes.
Any sane human being, Tennessee fan, maybe that's mutually exclusive. I don't know. You have a good coach. Can you just acknowledge that? That's all I want you to do. That's as far as I want you to go. You've got a good coach that people should want.
I don't know. I just reflexively got mad when you sent it to me for them because I think right now, if you are at Tennessee and you are getting the team to the playoff, like you got them to the playoff last year, you might be able to get them to the playoff this year. You're insane if you leave.
Okay.
Because they will give you what you need. Like what Nick Saban was talking about, like, are they going to give you what you need? Tennessee will give you what you need. By the way, if you'd like to see the dark mode game in Knoxville this weekend, and that may be the best, highest stakes game of the weekend, Oklahoma at Tennessee, download the Game Time app, redeem the code STAPLES for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. You can get tickets at Neyland Stadium this weekend. They are there, available. They're not the cheapest tickets in the world. You can get in for the low 200s if you want to sit somewhere real nice. You're talking maybe in the 400s. But this is a big matchup between two teams that are fighting for a chance to stay alive in the college football playoff race. Winner will still be alive. Loser probably will not be. Download the Game Time app. Redeem the code STAPLES for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Get you to the game. Swipe, tap, ticket, go with Game Time.
Okay. So now we're going to get to the uncomfortable part of the question. Because I think in the aggregate, it's like, yeah, I agree with that, what you just said. We're talking about LSU. Okay. Right. And we're talking about a team that you have routinely and I have routinely ranked in the top 3 of jobs in America.
But you've already got Tennessee in the playoff. You're going to get what you need.
I'm not saying go to Florida. I'm not saying go to Ole Miss. If LSU calls you, offers you a raise, and sasays we want you to be our head coach, good faith discussion right now about whether or not you should do that.
Maybe
because I know what we want to.
It's the same conversation as Lane. It really is. It's not different.
I think I would rather have the Tennessee job than the Ole Miss job. So in terms of the hierarchy, I think that Tennessee is very much if
you're already in the playoff at one of these. One or the other, Tennessee, LSU, Florida. Like if you're already in the playoff, or you have a program where it's set up that every year you're going to be competitive for the playoff, I don't think you leave. I think also you're good where you are.
Has a beautiful state. I think a more robust fan base. It's a larger university, if I'm not mistaken. The stadium's insane. The facilities are insane. I don't know. I think that they've got more talent in the state of Tennessee, though it's a more complicated place to maybe recruit because of the length.
It's getting more talented. It actually used to not be very talented, but it's getting more talented.
Mississippi is shockingly not as talented as the other surrounding states in the South either.
Mississippi's very talented.
It's a smaller state, and they don't have top 100 players of the same right. Maybe per capita, but there's not a lot of population, so it doesn't really
correct.
So
and Nashville Nashville is what Atlanta was in the 90s, where the population is just exploding, and
the private school situation there is probably getting bigger. And I don't know, but if Ole Miss can convince Lane Kiffin to not take the LSU job, then Tennessee certainly could convince Josh Heupel not to. I'm not saying it's like a no doubt about it type scenario, but the only thing, if we're keeping track, Vol Twitter, and if you want to turn on me, then I had a good run, is one, you've got a really good and attractive coach that people should want, which I hope that you would want for yourself. And then 2, I'm also just having the good faith discussion about the hierarchy of jobs, and that LSU probably ranks higher on that hierarchy. And it's not probably. We can pull up our off-season.
No, it does. If you do the job rankings, it does.
Did you have Tennessee in the top 10 of your job rankings in this offseason? I don't think you did.
I didn't. Maybe I didn't.
I don't think you did, but I know what you had in the top 3. So it's not an insane notion. I'm just surprised because I'm not saying he should go. I'm not saying he will go. I'm not even saying that they'll offer him the job. All I am saying is I'm surprised that Josh Heupel's name has not come up more in
I think it's been, and I think like what Nick Saban said, it's been compressed. The difference between job 1 and job 20 has been compressed considerably.
Yeah. And listen, I think if you wanted to have a head-to-head debate about whether Tennessee is a better job than Alabama or Michigan, Alabama probably not, right? Because it's Alabama, but Michigan and Oklahoma and Penn State and Clemson and the other ones that are on our top 10, you could have a good faith discussion about that, right? I think that you could put Tennessee number 7 and nobody's going to go, what the hell? So it's a great job. And if you're winning there, you're going to be a hero. You brought the program back. There's a lot of reasons to stay. I understand that. But the real heart of the text that I sent you this morning, and I'm sorry, River, who's wearing a Vols hoodie right now, is that, are you surprised that his name has not organically, they might be trying to shove it out there now to get a raise, but not organically come up more? That's the only thing I thought. That's all. That's the whole text was.
I guess I am surprised, but it's also one of those that, because he's in a place where he's beloved and they do give him what he needs, like it's, you don't put your name out there like that. Lincoln Riley and Brian Kelly did not publicly put their names out there before they left Oklahoma and Notre Dame, respectively. They just left. They kept it quiet. And in fact, during the negotiations, the schools were told, you must keep this quiet. If any of this leaks, if you breathe any of this, deals off, they're just staying where they are. So that's, if Heupel was interested, and I have no idea if he is or not, if he was, it's the sort of thing you'd probably want to keep quiet. So I don't know, but it is a legitimate discussion. I'm kind of having fun with this because I know how Vol Twitter is going to feel, and I'm wanting them to direct all the anger at you.
And if the anger does come my way, what would the statement be that makes the anger come? What did I say?
How dare you think that he would leave us for them? That's it.
Fair enough.
That's it.